Hey everyone, welcome back. It's time for another playthrough. This time we're playing through Wrath of Ashardalon. This is a cooperative Dungeons and Dragons adventuring game. This game has been filmed and played by a number of people on YouTube, but I thought I would do something a little bit different. I am playing through Wrath of Ashardalon, but I am also going to leverage my Kickstarter pledge of Dwarven forged cavern tiles. I've set up the start tile here, which starts with some stairs going down to the dungeon. Our heroes have come down, so we'll see how this goes. It should be a fun one though. We'll be playing through Adventure 8 3D Captives. Villagers have disappeared each time the marauding bands of monsters attacked Longbridge. This time, you track the raiders to a dungeon entrance in the volcano's foothills. The gist of this adventure is we have to go in, find something called the Dire Chamber, and rescue 5 villagers. We're playing this with 2 players, Quinn the Human Cleric, and I've selected his daily power, utility powers, and at-will powers. He also started with a treasure card, which is the throwing shield, and this gives him 2 bonus to AC, so his armor class. Lastly, we're playing with this here. So I've added the allies. I want to try out the allies in this game. In the set here. So I've actually started our heroes with 1 ally each. The human cleric's ally is the elf archer. The other character is Vistra the dwarf fighter. She also starts with these following cards, and the item that she drew as her starting treasure is a sword, and this sword gives her +2 bonus to attack rolls. Her ally is this gentleman here, the War Wizard, and he will stand behind her to protect her. After days of searching, they found the dungeon entrance into the depths of the volcano. They climbed down carefully into the dungeon. Alright, our heroes are in position on the start tile. The elf archer is an ally that actually comes as a group. So if we look at the card, whenever you place a new elf archer figure, place 1 additional elf archer figure adjacent to it. And we'll begin play with Quinn. He will take his hero phase now. Quinn will perform a move and then make an attack. As a reminder, during the hero phase, we can move and then attack and then move, or move twice. Quinn will basically stay where he is because he is at an unexplored edge, and I think that's basically all he wants to do here. So we move on to the exploration phase, where we draw a dungeon tile and see what lies beyond. And we have a white triangle, which is actually a good thing. This is how the dungeon looks in 3D. There's some walls here blocking off the side, and there's a wall here, and there's a block space here. We'll now draw a monster card to see what lies in this dungeon. And we have a grell, and there it is. Because we drew a white triangle for this tile, we do not have to draw an encounter card, so we move on to monster activation. However, before monsters activate, because we're playing with allies, let's take a look at the ally rules. Allies you control activate first during step 3 of the villain phase. Step 3 means right before the monsters activate. Allies count as heroes for the purpose of encounter cards, monster tactics, and hero powers. So that's really neat because we get to move and attack with our allies before the monsters activate. So let's get our elf archers moving. If the elf archer is within 2 tiles of a monster, and our elf archers are indeed within 2 tiles of a monster, he attacks any monster within 2 tiles of him with an arrow. Otherwise, elf archer moves 1 tile. Okay, so we'll basically just do this first one here, which is attack any monster within 2 tiles with an arrow. And the arrow has a bonus of +4 to the die roll and a damage of 1. This leading archer here turns around and fires an arrow at the monster. Our archer aims well and he hits with a 18. So 18 plus 4, the bonus for the archer is 22, and that is certainly sufficient to defeat, or at least hit, the Grell here, because it has an armor class of 15. So 22 is more than 15, and that would be a hit. The monster takes 1 damage. And the second archer would also turn around and fire the arrow. He rolls an 11. 11 plus 4, 15. And actually that is also sufficient to hit the Grell. Our archers proved to have been a worthy investment. They're certainly sharpshooters. So this Grell is very easily actually defeated and off the board. Over here on this side of the dungeon, all the action going on that side, but Vistra wants to get in. So she will step forward and explore this area here. And we draw a black triangle tile. There's also a door. The rules of this scenario says that whenever we draw a tile which has a door, we have to grab one of these door tokens and put it on it, so to symbolize a closed door. So I'm just gonna take one and apply it to that tile. Our tile is set. Just to make sure we remember where the scorch marks are, I'm going to put these red jewels on where the scorch mark is supposed to be. In this tile we have a door here, a close one at this point. And we also have some, obstacles here which we can't land on. And interestingly, another wall which blocks off the other side of the dungeon completely. Let's draw and see what monster lies in here. We have a human cultist. It is now the encounter phase, or I guess it would be called officially the villain phase, where we draw an encounter card because we drew a tile with a black triangle. So let's do that. We have an environment card. Dragon's Tribute. Ashardalon demands a tribute in gold from all those who take shelter under the mountain. When drawing a treasure token, draw 2 and discard the one with the highest value. Seeing the cultist, the war wizard takes no delay. He casts a spell, I guess some sort of fireball, towards the cultist, which automatically does 1 damage because the cultist is within range of 1 tile. Fortunately, the cultist only has 1 health point and he is engulfed by the fireball and he's taken out. Quinn and Vistra is very glad of their decisions to hire allies coming down to this dungeon here. Something I forgot to do is to draw some treasure cards for defeating the monster earlier. So let's do that for the Grell. We find a lucky charm. Little luck goes a long way. Reroll the die. So we have a one-time item that allows us to reroll. And the second one is an item, Boots of Striding. These simple leather boots make your feet light on your feet. Play this item immediately. You gain +1 bonus to speed while this item is in play. I'm going to give the boots to the cleric, to Quinn, and I guess the lucky charm to Vistra. Our heroes have taken their first turns. They've successfully defeated all the monsters that came in their way. So far it has been pretty easy, especially with our allies, but danger lies ahead for sure. And in my past experience of this game, I know it's definitely not as easy as it seems. Hope you guys enjoyed this initial run through here. We'll see what lies ahead in the depths of the dungeon.